Hey, hi. Hi y'all. Let's see. We got Kiss My Grass Acres, Miss Red. Red got won a Blue Cup Club Cup on our Friday live and sent that out to her yesterday at noon, I believe. So anyway, so that's on the way, Red. Shelly on the Pine Tree Hill. Hey there. And Miss Nancy at Our Treasured Home. Hey. So I've been busy, 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 y'all. Busy as a bee. I'm telling you. I worked, of course, I worked Mondays at home mostly. And then I worked Tuesday and Wednesday. And I had long days Tuesday and Wednesday. All around the holiday seasons and different times of the year, we're extra busy because we do a lot of special things in the paper that take more time. So I've been really busy. As a matter of fact, I've got a couple of articles I'm going to have to write today at some time. I've got to go see my mom after the live, and I've got to go pay a lease truck payment, and I need to run by the store, and and then I got to come back and I've got to write a couple of stories for next week's paper, or I'm going to be behind. So let's see. I'm going to do a little something different here. Hey, Built on the Rock Homestead. I am fixing to practice on y'all. Can I practice on y'all something? There was let's see, I think it was the Naked Gardeners. What's his name? Sydney at the Naked Gardeners had put on the Homestead Hub that copper kettle. Boy, I'm drawing a blank. Crystal at Copper Kettle Farms started a Homestead Hub website, and Sydney from the Naked Gardener had put out a challenge saying that you should have a little quick intro that you could say whenever you meet people, or whenever, this is what happens to me because I'd go blank. If I go to an event, let's just say the picnic, or a get together. Let's say I go to the HOA and somebody comes up to me that I don't really know that well, and they're maybe even videoing, and they say, "Hi, tell us about your channel." I'm like, we're Stringfield Ridge Farm. I go blank. I am not a good speaker, really. And so, yes, Shelly, that's what I want. I want to know if I could practice that on y'all. So let me get through these. I hate that you've had so much work. Yeah, it's been off. It's been crazy. I was hoping they were hiring you some help. Okay, they did hire a guy. Now listen, every time we hire somebody, they either quit or something happens. He hired a guy, but we had actually two quit because the one lady that quit was doing ads, making ads, which is not what I do. And then the other guy was going to help me with the paper. He quit and she quit. So they hired a guy, but he's doing ads. So didn't help me a bit. Okay, just came in, dug up some of my turmeric. Oh, yes. Yes. I have been trying to get in more turmeric. I know I say that wrong. Everybody says it different, I think. I say turmeric. That's probably wrong. I say it kind of like it's spelled turmeric. So anyway, everybody says it different. But I've been trying to get in more turmeric and more ginger for my inflammation. So anyway, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But I'm going to practice my intro on y'all. So I've got it here, but I'm going to hide it. I got it here to look at. I want to practice it over and over in different ways until I can say it without thinking about it, so that when I go to an event or meet somebody, I can just say it. So here we go. Let me flip it over. I'm going to look. Okay. Hi, y'all. I am Teresa from Stringfield Ridge Farm, and we are a small 8-acre farm in Western Kentucky. We have gardens and animals, and we forage for our food and for medicine. And we are trying to be more self sufficient with our food and medicine and things. And I'm going blank. Anyway, I'm just going to keep going. Uh, y'all, we are working to be more self sufficient in our food and medicine. We enjoy doing YouTube videos to try to help others, to try to give out some information. Plus, we enjoy interacting with other homesteaders and foragers. And so please check us out on YouTube and on Facebook. So, anyway, that's it. I didn't do great. I got stuck there. But anyway, okay, thank y'all. I didn't do great, but I may do that again each week when I start out, just to get it in your head. So if you have a channel, I really like that idea, especially if you have a channel on YouTube and unless you're better at it than me, because I definitely meet people and go blank, or especially if they are typing. If somebody's videoing and they come up to me and say, "Tell us about your channel," I'm like, we're Stringfield Ridge Farm. We garden, you know. So it's good. I think it's great to have that intro that you can say quick and do. There's Lee and Brenda Duncan. Hey, Brenda. Let's see. He needs to hire more. Yeah. Yeah. Zany May. I read Zany May's turmeric, but I didn't say who it was. So, okay. All right. Now, let's forget the intro and let's see. Member Shelly. Shelly is my only member in here right now. So we appreciate Shelly and all of our members. Anyway, okay, Christmas. I'm going to get into talking about health, but I got a few other things. I made me a little list because I was thinking of things this morning, thinking, "Ooh, I need to tell them that. Ooh, I need to tell them that." So repeat name at the end of your speech. They probably forget your channel by the time I get done. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Bins over acres. Hey there. All right. Let's see. Christmas. I am crocheting my Christmas gifts. I've been working hard on that, y'all. And I messed up a couple of them and had to completely take them apart, and it was a lot of work. But I didn't want to give a messed up gift, so I took some of them apart and started over. And oh my gosh, I hate that. Hate that. I think Lee finally started laughing at me, like, "You starting over again?" Yeah, a couple of them I started over and over, and just couldn't get it right. But I'm getting there. I still have 7 more to crochet before Christmas. So I've really, really, really got to get on the ball and get this crocheting done. Yes, Christmas is coming fast. Thank you, Daniel's Family Homestead. Thanks for a reminder. Yeah, I really got to get on it and get every spare minute that I don't have any spare minutes anyway, but I've got to take every spare minute and crochet because I've got to get these done. If I don't get them done, it's not the end of the world. I'll go buy something, but I really hate to give part of them a crochet gift that I made and then have to go buy stuff for the others, and and some of it I'm buying anyway. I am buying a few things anyways, but I'm just really trying to get these crocheting done. Shelly crocheted a dishcloth. I used a twisted double crochet and it turned out cute. Awesome. Seems like this month goes faster than the others. Yeah. Yeah. But for Christmas, our little town, we live in a little county. There's four 4 towns in our little county, and each town in our little county is little towns. Little towns in a little county. We are very rural. Um, so the little town that we live in is probably the smallest one of all of them, but they are going all out for Christmas. It is beautiful. It makes my day. It's so pretty, and I just went to the post office this morning to mail a few things, and she's gonna have they have windows all around the post office, and she's gonna have the high school art class come and paint all the windows for Christmas. And she said we were talking about it, and she said she was going to ask them if they wanted to come do it for every holiday. And I just love that. Now our town, they put up a big Christmas tree and a little Christmas tree and a nativity, a really nice nativity scene, and then all kinds of other decorations. And we have a little um it's a museum, but it's the house. It's called the Barlow House. We live in Barlow, and it's called the Barlow House. It was the house that kind of started this town. Like it's a big, nice 2-story, no, more than 2-story Victorian home that the Barlows lived in, and they turned it into a museum, and they've got it just lit up. It's just beautiful. And it seems like after they put all that up, everybody started doing Christmas. And you may live in an area where they do that anyway, but for the past 2 years or last year, I guess, I'm not going to say 2019 was as bad, but definitely 2020 was bad. Everybody was just down and out, and it just seemed like don't seem like many put up Christmas last year. And it's just been we've been kind of down and depressed and not doing nothing. And now, like, I just feel like everybody's really going all out here for Christmas this year, and it just does my heart good. It's just wonderful to see. So anyway, um I went up there and was talking to oh, thank you, Patty. And hi, Patty. So I was up there talking to her, and we were both going on and on about how good it is that everybody's doing all that. And you've seen, if you've seen, I done a little video on my nativity scene that my daughter made, and it's beautiful. I just absolutely love it. And I didn't put up a tree. I done a Christmas window. I have a video on that, and that is more now. Now talking to her about all the Christmas up there kind of made me want to do it, but I'm like, no, I don't have time, and I've been hurting a lot. I've got a lot of inflammation problems going on, which we're going to kind of talk about. Um, my tiny town has gone excessive with secular Christmas. I'm so sick of snowmen and Santas and everything that isn't about Jesus. That's just me, though. Yeah, I get that. I get that. But at the same time, I'm glad everybody's getting the spirit, I'm glad everybody's getting this holiday Christmas spirit. They're lighting everything up. And I kind of agree with you, but I will tell you, we had our Wycliffe, which is another town over. It's in the same county, but it's town over, done a Christmas in the park, and they had this wonderful Santa. Oh gosh, he made the best Santa. Well, he told the kids, he gathered all the kids around and told the kids the real meaning of Christmas. And that was so precious. So precious. He brought in just all of and all of it, and then turned it around to be all about Jesus. And it was wonderful. I loved it. So I I must say it is what you make of it. And we know the reason for the season is all about Jesus, but it makes my day to see everybody decorating and having a good time. And I love the nativities. Now, up here in our town, they have a Christmas tree. Actually, have 2 Christmas trees, but they also have a nice nativity scene. And they had a nativity scene at the Christmas in the Park. They had Santa up there on stage, but Santa told the real meaning of Christmas. So it was great. Anyway, and I put that in the paper. When I put it in the paper, I put that Santa told the real meaning of Christmas, you know. So anyway, it was awesome. Let's see. They made everyone believe it was dangerous to do anything. Yeah, yeah, yes, and I mean, you really couldn't. I mean, in 2020, they kind of made everything shut down. So even if you were trying to do things, you really couldn't do a whole lot because things were shut down. And I don't know, it was just a bad year. And 2021 ain't been much better. And so I'm hoping that, you know, we can always hope that things will get better. I don't know if it will or not, but I'm ready to say, okay, enough. Let's go back to living. I think I've only seen 2 nativity scenes in our town so far. Sweet to hear about Santa telling about Jesus. He sure did. Teach pre-K Sunday school this Sunday, focusing on Jesus born and the nativity. Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, Backbeat Rhythm. Backbeat Rhythm is a member too. We appreciate that. Okay, let's go past the Christmas. I've got a note here, y'all. Sorry. I was thinking of things and I thought I better write it down or I'll forget when I get on there. Um, so, okay. The rabbits. Let's talk about the rabbits. We had baby bunnies born last Thursday. I told y'all I had baby bunnies, 3. She had 3, but she wouldn't take care of them. And they died. And one I had warmed up a little bit, was wiggling around, but I put it back out there. Lee hollered at me, and I put it back out there, and and she didn't take care of it, so they all died. Well, we had bred 2 of them a week. We had bred the 2, and it was a week apart. So the other one had her babies last night. I think it was last night, not before last. Not before last. The other one had her babies, and she had 10, and she is taking really good care of them. She has them bundled up with hair and is taking really good care of them. It was cold when the other one had hers, and it was cold when this one had hers too. It was really cold that night. That was Tuesday night, and it was really cold. It got down to 28. I got up when it was 28 when I got up, and I went out to feed the animals, and she had them, and she had them wrapped in a little bit of fur. And I took extra water bottles out there because their water is usually frozen. If it gets down below 32, their water bottles are usually frozen. So I took extra water bottles out there. Now here's my miracle. My miracle. I took extra water bottles out there. They are both first time moms. Their water wasn't frozen. It was 28 degrees and their water wasn't frozen. And I was like, what? And so I don't know. Somehow they made it. I'm going to call it a miracle. Somehow they made it. Their water wasn't even frozen. And so the babies, she had wrapped them in some fur. And of course, we had bedding in there. And then she had wrapped some fur around them. And they were fine. It looked like there was 4 when I went out there. Then, of course, I didn't dig in there and look. I just looked over, and I could see 4. But this morning I went out there, and she had a bunch of fur all over them, covering them up. And I kind of dug in there a little bit, and there was 10. So anyway, and so I do plan to wait about, I think it's 12 to 16 weeks. We will be utilizing those rabbits, and I will be canning rabbit to have on hand for soups and stew and rabbit and dumplings and whatever. Of course, I can't have dumplings right now because I'm on a keto. I'm doing low carb most of the time, but right now I'm doing keto, strict keto. So that's my thing right now is keto. I lost weight on keto before. I gained it back when I started eating bread and pasta and sugar again. But anyway, uh, okay, let me read some of this. They were both first time moms. We don't have but a couple of stores left in our town. Well, now us too. We don't have many stores, and this town, Barlow, just has. They have a post office still, and they have a little convenience store place, but it doesn't even have gas anymore. And now we have a dollar store. We just got a dollar store like a year ago, so everybody was very happy to get a dollar store. Believe me, but we do still have a post office, and I'm kind of surprised at that, honestly. But anyway, 10 is a lot. Yeah, that's what I thought. And now somebody had told me they could lay 10 to 13 or something like that, and was surprised that the other one only had three. So I've kind of decided the other one that only had three might have already ate some because they were dying. I don't know. She wasn't a good mama and they were dying. I don't know. I hate the thought of that, but I definitely have to watch that. I love learning about canning. Yes, I will do that. Hadn't even thought about it. I will video canning my rabbit. Hadn't even thought about it. 28, and the water wasn't frozen. I'm going to think that maybe the heat of all them kept it warm enough. Well, hopefully, but now their water bottles hang on the outside of the cage. They are usually frozen if it gets down below 32, and sometimes it'll be slushy, but when it gets really down like 28, they should have been frozen, and they weren't, and I was shocked. And then the babies, and I thought, it's a good thing. Maybe it was a little warmer there by the rabbit by the rabbit cages. I don't know. Please tell us about the rabbits, the info. That's all info I need. Yeah. So it was first time moms, and so we will breed them again. What we're going to do is, and I'm hoping all 10 of these live, and I will. What we'll do now, this is kind of our first time. My dad had raised some rabbits when I was real little, but I didn't pay no attention. Lee's dad had raised rabbits, but I don't think he paid a whole lot of attention. He did a little bit, but more than I did. But anyway, so from what I saw, they will be what do you call weaned. They'll be weaned in 4 to 6 weeks. Then we'll move them out of there and we'll put them off over in a cage to themselves. I don't want to get attached to any of them. And our rabbits are all solid white, so are not solid white. They have the brown on the ears, and so I kind of picked. I didn't want to pick rabbits that could be so cute. You know what I mean? I didn't want to pick rabbits that get characters and have, spots or cuteness. I really wanted the ugliest rabbit I could find, but they still cute no matter what. But that's okay. I deal with that well. I deal with that okay. So I think they're called Californians. They had the white with the brown. They all look alike. They all look alike. So there's no, oh, that one's cute. I want to keep that one. None of that. And I love rabbit. I love rabbit soup. I love rabbit and dumplings, but can't have the dumplings right now. And yes, I can. I can though. Farmer Meemaw, Jen at Farmer Meemaw, a hot mess on a mission. She done a video on some keto dumplings that I am going to try that held together. Like sometimes if you make them keto, they don't hold together. Everybody's had a problem with them, And she made some that held together, and I'm going to try that. Is there a way to insulate the rabbit bottles like using a cozy cover? That'd be a good idea. I love that you are brand new with doing the rabbit. That makes it easier for me to learn since it's from the beginning. I haven't gotten a male yet, but we're looking. We had just gotten a male. We kept the 2 females. We got some rabbits from Bub at Getting Started on Homesteading, and I butchered most of them. And we kept 2 females out, and then we got a male just a while back from Higgs Rock Farm, and so we just bred them. We should have already done it. It was a little late. We should have already done it so that it wouldn't be so cold when they were born. But we waited and waited, and then I was like, "Oh, we got to do it now. We got to do it now before it gets too cold." And it really is too cold. But they'll be all right, I think. And so then in the early spring, we'll do it again. We're going to do it early spring, like probably I'm going to say maybe the end of March or something. We'll do it again so that they have them before it gets too hot because they don't like real cold. They don't like real hot. I actually think the heat may be worse on them than the cold. But Bub needs to be called the rabbit guy or something. So many people have gotten rabbits from him, myself included. Yep. I've got to get in the shower. Have a great day. Okay, Zany Mae, thank you for being in here for a little bit. We appreciate you. 8 to 13 is number. I'm going backwards, y'all. I know I'm reading backwards, but 8 to 13 is normal. I love read that. Okay, so making sure I didn't miss anything. You'll have to share meals using the canned rabbit. I will do that. I will do that. Okay. Anyway, I think I missed a couple comments. I'm sorry. I get busy talking and can't. Okay. So the rabbits, 4 to 6 weeks, we'll move them over into a cage by themselves, and it's off over so I don't have to see them all the time. And I'm really am okay with that, but I don't want to not be okay with that. You know what I mean? I know that I know it's food. I know I'm gonna butcher him. Lee told me when we got him that he wasn't doing it. I would have to do it. And so I made myself learn how to do it. I have a video on that. I learned how to butcher my rabbits, and I done a video on my first rabbit butchering. And my problem is my hands hurt. So I can do about 3 till my hands are just so hurting and sore I can't do no more. So when I do them, it'll be, I think, what was it, 14? No, 12. You can do it 12 weeks to 16 weeks for good, still tender, I guess, rabbits. So I'll probably start about 12 weeks and do a few each weekend because I can't do more than 3 at a time. My hands will be killing me. So anyway, and I'm sure there's an easier way than I done it. I watched some videos on how to do it, and I picked what looked to me like the easiest way for me. But I have seen people hang them with a nail on a tree, and I could maybe do that and be able to pull easier. But the way I done it, I just laid them down and I was pulling, and my hands were hurting. So I'm hoping. But yeah, the hardest part for me butchering them. Yeah, it is, and it is. But you just gotta. I mean, I guess just like any other. Bunnies are just cuter, but but just like any other animal, like the horse and horse, the cow, horse. We're not eating the horse. The cow and the pigs and all of that, deer, and the bunnies are cuter, but still food, and we gotta do it. So I was talking about soups. I'll be making. I'm gonna can it just like with chicken. I'm gonna can it just like you raw packed chicken. That's how I plan on doing it. I'm gonna do it like a raw packed chicken, and then I will use it for soups or stews or whatever comes up. Hopefully, in some dumplings if I can learn how to make those dumplings like Farmer Meemaw. Okay, let's see. How do they need to be in order to have thicker skin? I want to be able to save the hide. I don't know, Shelley. Can anybody answer that? I can't get that to come up. I was gonna. Oh, there. Um, I don't know the answer to that. How do they need to be in order to have thicker skin? I don't know the answer to that. If anybody knows the answer to that, please tell us. I want them tender. So, and I don't want thicker skin because I want to be able to, uh, uh, clean them easier. So I'm gonna try to start at the 12 weeks, and I'll do like 3 each weekend. I work Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Then Thursday, I really do like my cleaning and my live show and go see my mama and all that stuff. So it had to be the weekend. Not eating horse. I helped butcher a rooster yesterday. It was easier than the first time, especially since I couldn't even look the first time. I have done that a lot. I have 3 out there right now that's going to have to be done this weekend. If Lee Pearson is still on here, he better hear me good. What I can't do, I'm afraid, and I have done that before. I don't like killing the rooster because, first off, I've had roosters chase me and get me, and I'm kind of, I don't know, kind of scared of getting them and getting them up. But I've told him, if you get it and chop its head off, I'll do all the rest. All you got to do is chop its head off and hand it to me, and I will do everything else. I just can't chop its head off because I'm afraid. Only reason I have no problem chopping its head off. But with my hands, I'm afraid that when I go to chop, I won't hit hard enough and it'll just suffer, squawk and holler. And I'm afraid my hands won't let me hit hard enough to chop it with one whack. And I want to chop it with one whack. So now I have done it before, but I didn't even do it with Lee's daddy taught me a way to pop their neck and kill them. But I'm even afraid I can't do that good with my hands the way they are. And my hands were doing better on low carb diet and on keto and low carb diet. I've got a lot of inflammation right now because I've been eating carbs and sugars, and I've got a lot of inflammation, and my hands have been hurting. So I'm afraid I can't do all that right now. It was easier. I read that. Is it me or do I hear a rooster in the background? Yes, you do. We have 4 roosters right now, and it drives me nuts. I can't stand. I hate having roosters. I want to have one because I will incubate and at my own eggs. So I got to have one, but I don't like having more than one rooster. It drives me nuts because they gang up on the chickens. They fight. I hate it. I usually have one rooster. When I have more than one, I usually chicken soup. I have watched Living Traditions videos on butchering. Kevin said you can't really save the hide on young ones because the skin is so thin. Huh. The first time Paul butchered rabbits, he tried to pluck it like a chicken. Oh, that's funny. I want to get some of those funnel things to put chickens in upside down. My granny just whacked their heads off on a stump. That's what Lee does. He just takes an axe and whacks their head off on a piece of wood out there. But I'm afraid I can't hit it hard enough to do it in one whack. So I'd rather him do it if he will. And I don't like catching them because I have been gotten by several roosters. A rabbit hide is always thin. You have to be very careful when tanning a rabbit hide. That's what Lee said. There's Lee's answer. When I get chickens, they will be a mixed run just so I can have roosters to eat. I looked out the kitchen window and the fur was just a flying across the yard. Oh. The backbeat rhythm is listening and crocheting. That's what I'm usually doing lately. Here lately, that's what I'm doing. Let's see. Backbeat Rhythms said hi to Blue Cup Adventures. What are you working on, Ty? The rooster had to go. He was trying to kill the hens. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what drives me crazy. I can have one. One doesn't bother me as bad, but two or three and they gang up on one chicken and that makes me mad. I told Lee if he didn't hurry up and butcher and chop those heads off so I could clean them, I'm gonna shoot them. I'm just gonna shoot them, whether I get to eat them or not. I'm gonna shoot them for ganging up on the hens. That drives me nuts. Anyway, I'm got to move on along here on my list. Um, so I like on keto, talking about on I really usually do low carb. And you can't, like keto is strict. And you can and when you're doing low carb, you're not in ketosis. So you're not doing keto. So either way, at least if I'm trying to do that, I'm at least low carb. So I'm going to say I'm keto, but it's usually more low carb than keto. And I try to cut out sugar. I think sugar's the worst thing. I think sugar is what really hurts me is when I break down and eat sugar. And that's when I really hurt. And he's crocheting a lap blanket. Hoping to get it done this weekend. Hoping to get what done? I missed that. 10 roosters. I have 10 roosters that need to be butchered. Whew, gracious days. I'm glad I only have 3 then. And I don't like to do them. I don't like to do, I don't, you have a plucker though. I don't have a plucker. I'm plucking by hand, and 3 is going to be a lot for me to get done. You have to have the water ready before I chop off their heads. I will have the water ready. When you get ready to chop off a head, I will have water ready. Anyway, so on my keto, I like to do simple keto. Like simple keto is like I'm not mixing. Y'all know I don't like to cook. If you've watched me very much, you know I don't like to cook much. I'd rather clean than cook. So I don't like to mix a whole lot of stuff and do a whole lot of stuff. I like simple keto that I can just have meats and I always try to have green vegetables every meal. I try to have a meat, but I also try to get a green vegetable in there. And I will do fruit. Will be like berries. You can do berries on keto and all. So I try to do all of that. I try to get all that stuff in and not just be doing an unhealthy meat, eggs, and cheese. I'm not carnivore. Carnivore is meat, eggs, and cheese, and I don't really think that's very healthy. So I try to do keto, but I try to make it healthy keto. And I like simple keto, but my daughters, I showed y'all this last time quickly. One of my daughters got me these. My daughters got me for Christmas last year. I got an air fryer, and an Instapot. And so then another one of my daughters got me these books. And I really haven't used it a whole lot, but I'm fixing to. I'm fixing to get into these books and get going so I don't get bored with keto. Because I like simple keto, but at the same time, that is probably why I end up getting off of it is because I do simple and I get bored and then, so I'm going to try to really this coming year use more of this stuff. I need to use my air fryer and Instapot more anyway because they bought them for me for quick and easy and then I don't use them. And so I really need to get into more cooking this next year with these things and doing the keto and doing enough of it that I don't get bored with the same old thing. So anyway, couple of good books. They weren't real expensive. I think she said on Amazon they were $9. I don't know if it tells on the back. I ain't got my glasses. I think she got them for like $9.99 a piece on Amazon. So if you were going to do, and I'm sure they have them that's not keto diet too. If you have an Instapot and air fryer, and you're like me, you wasn't really using them because you're so used to doing it the old way. But you do want to, I'm sure they have the same books, maybe not keto, just learning how to use your Instapot and air fryer more. And I know there's videos. There's several people that's got videos. So anyway, these are great. Great books. I'm gonna really try to get into uh coming up. I say this next year because Christmas is coming up. I'm trying to do my best right now to stay low carb, but I know with Christmas, I've got Christmas party at work coming up. Lee's work's probably going to have a Christmas party. We're going to have Christmas, and I know I'm not going to be sticking with all that very good through all that. We're planning on being in Kentucky next weekend. I can bring our plucker with us. Brenda, it might be too late because I'm wanting to do that this weekend. I'm so sick of these roosters. I might already have it done. And I hate for you to have to haul that plucker just for 3 roosters. That's all I got's 3. So I wouldn't worry about it. They'll probably be done this weekend, and there's only 3. So I wouldn't haul it all that way just for 3 roosters. But I would like to come see you. Are you coming to Higgs? Because I would like to come see you, but my daughter's coming in this weekend, so I won't be able to go to Higgs this weekend. My daughter's coming in from that's in the Air Force. She's going to be in all weekend and pick up the dog. I want to make spinach and egg tortillas. Mix in blender 3 eggs and a handful of spinach. Wow, that's awesome. And a half a teaspoon of seasoning. What seasoning are you using? Half teaspoon of seasoning. Tell me what seasoning you're talking about. That sounds good. I love spinach, and I love spinach. I'll take baby spinach and eat it. Just I can take a pork chop and throw some baby spinach, just plain old baby spinach. Throw it in my plate and eat that, and I'm happy. I love baby spinach, and I put it in smoothies and everything. And I have plenty of eggs. I have a Ninja Deluxe and need to get back to using that too. I ran out of the other color. It's called Rainforest. So that blanket's on the hold. Rainforest. That sounds pretty. I don't like to cook simple meals. I save those for Flint and the kids to do. I make 4-course meals that are full of flavor and made from scratch. Wow. Well, I'm envious because I don't like, I guess I just don't like to cook. So we do very simple meals. We usually do very simple meals. Lee doesn't like a lot thrown together anyway. He don't like casseroles. He don't like a bunch of stuff mixed together. Now I like casseroles. Want to eat at Shelley's? That's funny. That's a lot of work. Yeah. She enjoys cooking. I use my pizzazz. I use my pizzazz a lot. I'm not sure what a pizzazz is. Is that a pizza maker something? Is what it sounds like. Meredith 4 Mile Creek Farm. Hello. Yes, we will be at Higgs on the 18th and 19th. That's next weekend. That's not this weekend, but the next. We're going to be there too. Brenda Duncan, we're going to be at Higgs Rock Farm on the 18th or the, I'm not sure which or when, but I already told him. I was talking to him the other night, and I told him what we had going on. I said, my daughter's coming in this weekend and this. And I said, we'll be there the 18th or 19th. So there you go. Did you already know that? Brenda, are you going there to hunt or just to hang out with friends? I found I lost my place. I guess I could put glasses on. I have found a crochet pattern for hats I like. So I'm going to be making a bunch of them. That's what I'm making, a lot of toboggans. Um, okay, let's see. There's Christy Betts. I was on the phone call with family. Oh, we'll get to see y'all too. Yep, yep. Hamburger meat, rice, and brown gravy is one Flint and the boys make a lot because it's so fast and easy. That's it for the meal. I have to have veggies and always make them better than the meat. Hamburger meat, rice, and brown gravy. Lee won't eat rice. He will eat brown gravy, but he won't eat rice. So, yeah. Let's see. There was something. Oh, Homestead Heart. Um, I shared this video on Facebook, but if you didn't see it, check out this video from Homestead Heart. She done a video that's the title is Everyone Should Be on Guard. It was a really good, informative video, eye-opening video about being aware of your surroundings, especially right now. And that reminded me, Nancy reminded me of that. Nancy at Our Treasured Home teaches that. Being aware of your surroundings and stuff. She's been in different types of uh, security and law enforcement type security stuff. And she talks a lot about being aware of your surroundings. And I think she teaches some classes on that. And anyway, Homestead Heart's video reminded me of that. Everyone should be on guard. That's the name of the video. And she's talking about something that's going on out in California. And we know, I mean, Lee stressed this to me. He said, well, we know that people do that. Well, yeah, I know. He's still listening. I gotta be careful what I say. um, he said, well, we know that. I said, okay, yeah, we know that people will steal from you, but what's going on right now, and she said was a big problem in California, is they're not just stealing from you. They're not just coming to your house and stealing your TV. They are following women home from the grocery store to steal their groceries from them while they're taking them in the house and stuff like that. So, or even stealing their groceries while they're still in the parking lot. And so she was talking about being aware of your surroundings and watching, because people are watching you as the prices of food go up higher and higher. And as the shelves get emptier and emptier, people are watching who's got food. So we kind of know that, but at the same time, it went, oh yeah, that might get bad. We better start watching that more. Not necessarily here where I'm at yet, but if you're in any kind of city or anything, yeah, definitely need to already start watching now, because like I said, as the prices go up and the inventory goes down, there's a lot of people that's going to be watching who's got food, who's packing food out to their car. They don't care if you put a TV in your car just now. They want that food more than that TV, more than likely. So anyway, and she was saying, be careful, even if you're in town, not this rural area, we ain't got to worry about it yet, but that don't mean it won't come. But even if you're in a city or a suburb or something where you've got to worry about that kind of stuff, even packing your groceries in from the car, if you're packing in 15 bags of groceries and your neighbor is over here hungry and watching you pack in 15 bags of groceries, yeah, you want to help your neighbor out. Okay, I get that. But you don't want them to come take it all. So, just saying, I didn't mean hungry neighbor like you shouldn't go help out the hungry neighbor, but like greedy, hungry neighbor that might come take all of yours. You know what I mean? Anyway, I got to catch up on reading up here. We are using cauliflower rice. That's awesome. What's the hat pattern name? The rice I mentioned can be done using potatoes instead. Lee would like that. Seasoned salt, I would maybe do. Oh, okay. Make seasoned salt. 1/8 of a teaspoon of seasoned salt. Hope Higgs is feeling better. I missed a lot, y'all. I'm so sorry. You can make pizza. You can make pizzas, chicken nuggets, French fries, cinnamon rolls. Huh. A pizzazz. I haven't seen that. I'll have to look that up. Let's see, where are we at? Nancy at Our Treasured Home has been an EMT, security, private investigator. You should do, she does classes on some of that stuff, but really, I would love to see you do some videos on it. And, you know, I don't know if you're monetized yet or not. I was going to say you would still make some money off of it, but I know you want to do classes instead. And so I don't know, but just an idea of doing videos. Back when I was still in church, one of the ministers' mother was murdered from guys following her home from the store. I need to find an easy pattern to make crochet hats. I found one, can't remember the name of the channel, or I'd tell you. The one I'm doing, because mine's got to be easy, trust me. The one I'm doing, you start it with like a square, and then you gather the top, you run thread through the top, and then you draw it up tight. So you're not doing the circle. You're not doing the circle and then going around and around. You make it square, and then you go through loops at the top, and then you draw it up tight, and then you can make a puffball on top, or whatever you call them. Not puffball, you know what I mean. Pom-pom. Or you don't have to make pom-pom. With mine, I had to make pom-pom because I had kind of a gap. I'm not real good at it. There was also a gas scheme going around. Yeah. People watching in parking lots. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Happening for a long time, but now even more so. Yeah. Yeah. And I know when we talk about our preps, we talk about prepping and stocking up and all that, and we're kind of concerned that people will find out and come steal your preps. But this is more like, even if you don't let anybody know you prep or store up, you're just going to the grocery store and you take five bags of groceries out to your car, and somebody that's some bad person that don't have, or ain't whatever, ain't providing for their own self, is seeing that. And yeah, it could get bad. It could get bad. We live 45 minutes from Memphis. We go to Costco in Memphis tomorrow. They are shooting folks on the interstate. Oh my goodness, Rhonda. I hadn't heard about that. I might check that out. Oh my goodness, Rhonda. I wasn't sure. I know you were in Tennessee on this side where we are. We're about 2 hours from Memphis. Okay. Anyway, Ben's over said I won't shop alone anymore. That's one thing she was saying, was don't shop alone on that video. I didn't watch that video because I don't live in a city like that. We have meth heads around here and know to be on guard already. Lee, what are you talking about? I do have Zoom too. Oh yeah. Okay. So Nancy has Zoom that she can do her classes on. Anyway, just go check out Nancy's channel, Our Treasure Home, and if you're interested in some classes on being aware of your surroundings. I am 296 away from 1,000. Long way to go, but I did hit 10,000 views. Awesome. Awesome. Ty, you have a great voice. I really enjoy your singing. Travis asked me to quit talking about anything to do with prepping. He's worried. Yeah. Yeah. I understand that. I understand that. And that's what some of them's been talking about, being careful how much you're talking about your prepping and don't show your preps. Some of them are still doing it. I don't know. I talk about it a little bit, but it's been a while since we showed anything. But we've already got a friend, one of Lee's friends that knows we do that, has already told several people. I was like, great, thanks a lot. He has gone and told people and then told Lee that he told so and so that if SHTF happened, he was coming here. I'm like, he don't need to go around telling people. Older ladies are being robbed every day while shopping. Yeah. I've never shown my pantry or preps on video. Finally at 400. Nancy's at 400. Yeah, y'all be sure you check Nancy's channel out, Our Treasured Home, and all the rest of them on here. All good channels on here. And we need to support each other. So check out all of them. Backbeat Rhythm, Kiss My Grass Acres. Who else we got? Brenda, Duncan 1900. Shelly's got a video. I don't think she's done more than one yet, but she needs to. Let's see. Where are we at? I shop on a military base at the surplus store, and I do carry a weapon with me. I do have a license. Okay. I don't have a lot of choice of shopping alone, but my head's on a swivel, and I'm in and locked up before dark. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Let's see. Anything else on we talked about all kinds of stuff today. I think I got everything on my list talked about. Yep, I believe I did. And it's about that time for me to go see my mama. Last week, yeah, I believe it was last Thursday, I went to see my mom, and she was not having a good day. Not having a good day. She was asleep. She was like, she couldn't wake up. She was so asleep. I said she was almost comatose. She was just laid there asleep, and she was kind of pulled to one side. I was really worried. I thought she'd done had a stroke, y'all. She was talking out the side of her mouth, and she was real sleepy acting. And she kept falling asleep on me. I couldn't even talk to her. She kept falling asleep. And then her roommate told me that she didn't eat breakfast or lunch. So I couldn't even get her to wake up enough to talk to her. Well, finally, I went on down to the nurse's desk and I asked them about it. And she said, yep, she told us her stomach had been hurting, so she didn't eat breakfast or lunch because her stomach was hurting. Now, mind you, my mom's diabetic. And so I was like, well, I'm really worried because she's really like never does this. She never won't wake up and talk to me. And her roommate, said she didn't eat. And she even said she hadn't been up to the bathroom, which is not like my mom either. And so anyway, she said, well, I'll come down in a minute and check her out. Took forever, but she did. She come and kind of checked her out. I was telling her about her slurring out the side of her mouth. So she checked her for a stroke. She got both hands and made her open her mouth. And so she started waking her up a little bit, and she started asking for her mama. I was like, okay, well, now she has some dementia, but when it's really bad, sometimes it's a UTI. So she said, well, we'll check her for a UTI. She said, I'll call the doctor and have him order blood work and whatever. And so anyway, so she left out. And then my mom said, she had to go to the bathroom. She said, I think it's too late, but I got to go to the bathroom. And I said, okay, I'm not going to get you up like this. I can take her to the bathroom, but not like that, not out of it like that. So I go back down the nurse station and I'm like, okay, she needs to go to the bathroom now. And I'm not going to take her to the bathroom like this. I need help. And she said, okay, we'll be there in a minute. I'll get therapy to come with me and help. And so meantime, my mom wanted chicken noodle soup. So I go down to the cafeteria. They're out of chicken noodle soup. Didn't have any. They usually keep it all the time. Went down there. They were out of chicken noodle soup. I said, well, I will go to the store and get some because if she will eat, I'm going to go get her what she wants. So I go out, I go to the store and get 6 cans of chicken noodle soup so that she can have one and have some more for later. And I got back. She's still sitting there. And I could tell she hadn't moved. I could pretty much tell she hadn't moved. And I said, did they already take you to the bathroom? And her roommate said, she's still not talking much. And her roommate said, no, they tried and they couldn't get her up. So they left her. Like, okay. So they just going to leave her because they couldn't get her up to the bathroom. So they're just going to leave her and not take her. I don't understand. Is nursing home. That's what they do, right? I don't know. Anyway, so I went down and asked the cafeteria, the kitchen, to heat up soup. I went back up there and she would not even hold the spoon to feed herself. I had to feed her. And she started waking up then. And she finally took the spoon after she had 5 or 6 bites. She started waking up a little bit and she took the spoon and ate every bit of it. And she drank and drank and drank. She was so thirsty. And she just drank and drank and drank. Like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So anyway, I said, well, I don't know. I don't know what to tell them about not taking her to the bathroom. I guess they're gonna have a real mess to clean up by the time it's bedtime and they gotta put her to bed. And anyway, it's hard. It's so hard uh to put them in there. And I know me and several of my daughters have worked in nursing home and we knew how it would be, but it's so hard to see. Anyway, so I'm fixing to go out there and see her. I hope they didn't. Sorry, I'm reading back up through here, y'all. I'm sorry. We carry weapons. I need to do another video. I don't think I'll be doing many. Aw. I've had people try to position themselves to see my PIN number. I hope they didn't give her medicine to be able to deal with her. Some places are like that. Excuse me. I'm making sure that I don't show anybody my food or what's in my food or PIN number. Sugar too low. That's what I was thinking. I was saying, but they check it. They're supposed to check it every meal, so they should have checked it before before breakfast and before lunch. So I don't know. I was wondering that myself. Yes, keep my mama in your prayers, please. It's hard to deal with. And Red says my dad has dementia. It's hard to deal with. But she's usually not that out of it. I knew something was wrong. She's got dementia, but that was totally different. I knew. And hi, look at there. Look at there. Good to see you on and doing. Miss Sherry. Miss Sherry. We miss you. Miss you, sweet lady. Where I live, illegals are the real problem. The media is purposely not telling people what is really going on. I believe that. True preppers. True preppers by 6. Not sure what that means. Hey, Howie at Food Forest Permaculture. I can't talk now. Sounds like sugar levels were too low. She was dehydrated. She was definitely dehydrated. Yeah. Makes me mad. That's not enough for them to do. Yeah. Yeah. So sorry that you're having to see her like that. Yeah. It's hard. That's how my mom act when sugar dropped and dehydration can cause stroke. That's what, yeah, I'm pretty sure she was dehydrated because, and her mouth was really dry looking anyway. And she drank and drank. I know she drank. She's got one of these great big cups with straw, and she drank the whole thing while I was there. I was there like an hour and a half. She drank the whole thing. Yeah. Hey, searching Sabrina. That's how my mom. Yeah, I read that. But if she didn't eat, her sugar level may have been too low. Yeah. Um, Thank you, Rhonda. Yeah, I'm fixing to have to get off here and go see her. And got to go pay lease truck payment. And then I'm going to come back and clean a little more. And I got to get some of this crocheting done, y'all. So I appreciate you being on here. We didn't get to talk a whole lot about health and healthy eating and stuff. We talked about all kinds of other stuff, but that's okay. I enjoy it. I enjoy the feedback as much as I do anything. I don't like to talk in front of crowds. I don't like to talk in front of crowds of people, but this is different, and it probably it probably shouldn't be, but it's like friends. It's more like friends, and I enjoy this. And I don't talk in front of people much. I promise you that. So when I get on here and talk to y'all, it's more like friends, and I love it. And I love the feedback. I love interacting and being able to ask y'all's opinion or ask y'all questions and y'all answer. And so we're learning from each other and helping each other. And I love it. Built on the Rock said that is abusive. And yes, it's pretty close. It's pretty dang close. And we knew when we put her in there. That was one reason we had such a hard time putting her in a nursing home, because two, three of my daughters have worked in the nursing home, and I have worked in the nursing home. And we know what goes on there. We know there's going to be a certain amount of neglect by a few, not all of them. There are some of them in there that are great CNAs, great nurses, but there's always that one or two that's a little neglectful. And so it's really hard to put them in there. But then here's what you got to do. If you do put them in there, and that's what we do, this is what we do. We make sure somebody goes every day. One of us go every day. We don't miss a day. One of us, I've got 5 daughters. There's one of them's in the Air Force, and one of them won't go, is what it is. One of them's got 5 kids, so she don't get to go, especially right now since the kids can't go in and out. So, but still, there's 3 of us, four. There's 4 of us. One of us is going every day, and we make sure that we let them know anything. We talk to the nurses, and so that they know we are here, we are checking on her. Yes, you have to guard dog your family. Absolutely. If you put them in a nursing home, you better go. You got to go check. Even if you can't get there, get somebody there. Have somebody go every day. And that's hard and that's a lot, but there's 4 of us, so I go twice a week. I go Thursday and Sunday. And on Sunday, we do a Bible study. I do a Bible study with her and her roommate. She's got a good roommate. That helps too. It helps that her roommate is more aware and kind of knows what's going on too. So anyway, just saying, it's a hard decision. But if you do it, go check on them all the time and let the nurses know. I'm here. I'll be here again tomorrow too. And I'm checking on my mama, and I'll be here again tomorrow and the next day. And they got to know that somebody's coming. Yeah. Anyway, I learned that when my dad was in the VA. Yes. Same thing. That's the way to do it. They weren't expecting my daughter to be a bulldog about Cindy's care when I was out of town. Yep. Yes, it was good to see Sherry on here. All right, I'm gonna go see my mom, and I'll talk to y'all. We'll be on tomorrow night. Me and Leah will be on tomorrow night at 7 Central. So be sure you come and chat with me and Lee. Bye, y'all.